Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hopefully, you're enjoying your day. It's been a few days since I've put out a video, but there's something within the NBA that I do want to talk about because star of the league made a comment about the postseason award stipulation, gave their point of view on it, and it said that apparently a bunch of players around the league feel the same way. So I wanted to give you my thoughts on that here in this video. So obviously, you clicked on the video. Hopefully you will enjoy it. You can go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Uh, Go to about, look at the other um, links. Follow me on those socials that you see up here on the screen as well. But let's go ahead and get into this topic. Tyrese Haliburton kind of was asked about the whole 65 game stipulation to be qualified for postseason awards in the NBA. He basically said it's stupid. He said other players feel the same way, but it's to make the owners happy. So obviously, I do want to know down in the comments from you guys, do you think the 65 games is stupid? For me, I know why the league did it, and I'm glad the league did it this way. Because it was becoming an issue with big stars missing too many games. Now, Halliburton's case is a little different because he's missing games because he had a hamstring injury. Now, that's the unfortunate part of the 65 games, yes, but it's not necessarily something that, the league is supposed to account for if a player misses games due to an injury and that affecting them in terms of the postseason awards. Now, in Halliburton's case, if he makes All NBA, I believe he would make $40 million more. So yeah, that's definitely a reason to be upset with the 65 game rule, but that doesn't make the rule stupid. So once again, I get why he says it's stupid because $40 million is a lot of money to lose out on. But players also have to look at this from the aspect of the owners, where the owners are paying these guys a boatload of money, and all they're required to do is not miss more than 17 games in a season. It's not like the number was set at like 75, 80, because then if you want to say if it's like 80 games you have to play, that's stupid. Yeah, because now you're accounting for only 2 games missed during a season. That's a lot to ask. But there's 17 games to work with. And yes, there could be some doomsday scenario down the line where I'll just use players from like this season. Let's say there was a year Embiid, Jokic, Giannis, throwing whoever. None of those guys hit the 65 game threshold. Somebody wins MVP like, let's go way down the line here. Julius Randle. Not to pick on Julius Randle, as I have done before, but yeah, if a season like that happens, then, some fans would look at that season's award as illegitimate. And I get that. But what are the odds of that really happening? This season, there's some players who probably won't hit it. Embiid probably will fall short. I know like Kyrie Irving's already fallen short. Some guys like that. Does that really illegitimize postseason awards, all NBA teams? I don't think so. So I see where Haliburton is coming from. I just don't agree with him. I think 65 games is fine. I could have made the argument maybe go to 70. But 65 seemed to be the sweet spot. Like, let's just see how it plays out for a couple of seasons. Not like Haliburton, if he misses All NBA, they're going to replace him with some fourth string guard. He'll probably be another guy who's just as deserving of an All NBA spot. So yeah, it's not that big of a deal. At least I don't think. But, when you got money involved, players will obviously feel a certain type of way. And if you think about it, they, attached the postseason award to contract things to kind of incentivize players to play more. So yeah, you probably should be looking at the crop of players today and wonder why there needs to be so many incentives for them to actually play in games. That's a problem. Now, once again, I'm not directing this to Haliburton because he's missed games due to a legit injury. But you have guys who are missing games just for missing game's sake. They needed a day off, which is fine. Because all the league's telling you is you're allowed 17 of those. But you also better be healthy all season and hope that those are the only reason why you miss games. And once again, you try to bring this up to maybe a older NBA fan. This wasn't a problem back then. They wouldn't have needed a provision like this back in the day. So you have to ask yourself, with the modern athlete being bigger, stronger, medicine being better than ever, training rituals and all that kind of stuff, the way these players take care of their bodies, why was it needed today? That's the question that needs to be asked. So once again, Haliburton's situation is different. That's unfortunate. But I don't think the league should sit here and really worry about changing the rule because of a player like Haliburton. Injuries are part of the game. And if he doesn't get it this season, it'll push him to do better. Maybe push him to get his body in more shape. I'm not saying he's out of shape, but maybe he realizes something to change about his training regimen, that maybe he doesn't get a hamstring injury next year. So, yeah. I see where Haliburton's come from because of the money aspect to it, but if I'm the league, I read this and I go, we'll just give it somebody who hits 65 games. Now, I think Haliburton can still miss 3 games before he no longer qualifies. We'll see. He's got about half a season to go. Like I said, it would be unfortunate if Haliburton isn't an all-NBA guard, because he clearly is if you watch him play. He's one of the best point guards in the league. Just being honest with you. So like I said, let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think the 65-game threshold is dumb in terms of postseason awards? And if you do think it's dumb, would you do away with it? Would you lower the number to maybe 60 games? Let me know in the comment section. I think 60 might be the only number I might listen to. Like, if you're going to try to come at me with like 50, no, we're not doing that. But the last thing I'll say is, if a player does play 60 games, somebody else plays 70, 75, and they're both up for MVP, I would lean towards the guy who plays 75 games, because in order to be an MVP and to be the most valuable, you need to actually play in games. Interesting thought. Actually play to show how valuable you are. So, here's what it is. I like it. I feel like fans like it. Some probably don't. Like I said, let me know in the comment section. What would you do about this? Would you put some like injury provision or something that maybe if you dealt with legit injuries, you lower it to 60? I don't know. I feel like that gets complicated. Just keep it simple. So that's all I got for you. I definitely had to talk about this because it's interesting to hear a player come out and be open about how they feel about the 65-game threshold. So once again, let me know in the comment section. You see all the socials there. Follow me on them. But yeah, be safe. God bless. I'll see you next video. All right. Bye.